Okay, let's see how the old meme's going. Okay. Alright. I guess that's what we're doing now. Let's go. Go on. Come on now. Hello, it is Siegfried von Schroeder of Schroeder Corp. Welcome to the Valkyrie deck profile of September 2020. On this episode, we're going to be doing Valkyries, the best archetype in the game. And they got a slew of new support, so let's get started. Firstly, we have 3 copies of Valkyrie Sigrun. When this monster is in your hand, you can send any spell or trap card from your field and special summon it. And then you can special summon another Valkyrie, including, well, I guess you get summon Sigrun, but you can summon anything except for Sigrun. And you can only use this effect once per turn. A fantastic lady for this archetype. Secondly, we play 2 copies of Valkyrie Erda. When it's special summoned by the effect of a Valkyrie card, you can make all of your opponent's monsters lose 1000 attack. It also provides a macrocosmos effect to every monster in your opponent's graveyard. It's a fantastic monster. Alright, I don't know who's next. We play 3 copies of Valkyrie Brunhilde. It's unaffected by your opponent's spell effects. It gains 500 attack for every monster your opponent has. And if your Valkyrie monsters would be destroyed, you can reduce its attack defense by 1000. And they cannot be destroyed. We play 2 copies of Valkyrie Zwete. If this card is summoned, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, absolutely destroy it. If this card battled, you can add any continuous spell card from your graveyard to your hand. It has significant synergy with Valhalla Hall of the Fallen, which we'll get to in a moment. God damn, it's hot. We play 2 copies of Hecatrice. You can discard it at, I almost said any card, but you can add Valhalla Hall of the Fallen. We play 3 copies of Valkyrie Drete. When this monster is summoned under any circumstances, you can add any Valkyrie card. Most of the time it'll be Rite of the Valkyries, but it can be other cards. It also has a very situational effect where it can gain 200 attack for every monster that is banished in your opponent's banish zone. And for our last monster in the main deck, we play 3 copies of Valkyrie Seshte. You can special summon 1 Valkyrie monster from your deck if it is special summoned, using the synergy with 1-for-1. It also, during each main phase, during each main phase period, you can mill the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. If you want to deck them out, that'll be the way. Speaking of spell cards, we play 1 copy of 1-for-1. You discard a card, you can special summon any Valkyrie, but specifically Seshte, because that's the only one you can actually summon. But after that, you can use the effect of Seshte, special summon any Valkyrie. I would recommend Valkyrie Erde. On to the spell cards, we play 3, count them. 1, 2, 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance. You banish the top 6 cards of your deck, extra deck rather, and you get to draw 2 cards, but you don't need those cards. All you need are the Valkyries. The Ride of the Valkyries, my boy. We play 3 copies of Ride of the Valkyries, speaking of which. With that card, you can special summon any number of Valkyries with different names, I'm pretty sure. I was correct. And you can banish it, add Mistress of the Time Goddess, which we'll get to in a moment. And then you can completely repeat your battle phase, do the effects of all the Valkyries, and OTK your opponent. That is the playmaker of this archetype and the strategy overall. We play 1 copy of Monster Reborn. As its name implies, you can add 1 Valkyrie monster, which is most of the time what you'll be summoning, from your graveyard to your field. Yes, you add it. No, you don't special summon. We don't special summon in Valkyries, we add them. We play 3 copies of Celestial Transformation. You can activate this card from your hand, adding any monster from your hand to your field. Mostly Valkyries though, because that's essentially what you play. Although you can summon Hecatrice and go for a rank 4, which we'll get to momentarily. Remember when I brought up Mistress of the Time Goddess? Well, it's right here. 2 copies of Mistress of the Time Goddess. When you activate this card, you can conduct your battle phase an additional time. Though you have to control only Valkyries, it allows you to go in for damage and then go in for more damage. It's a fantastic card. And for our last spell card, which I referenced earlier with Hecatrice, we play three copies of Valhalla Hall of the Fallen. If you control any monsters, you can special summon a fairy monster. You can special summon any Valkyrie, mostly the level 1 stat, in order to summon any Valkyrie, or you can summon a Valkyrie and another Valkyrie, overlay them, or link them up. Fantastic card. On to our trap cards, which I'll go over in a very, very quick way. We play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence, the absolute godsend of trap cards. You can activate it from your hand, you can set it. If your opponent tries to activate Mystical Space Typhoon, not today. You can activate it, completely negate everything. Absolute great card. I should have come up with it before. And our last card, we play 3 copies of Solemn Strike. Some people may call it Solomon Strike. Well, guess what? They're fucking wrong. When we activate this card, we can negate any summon or any monster effect and completely wipe them off the field at the cost of a measly 1500. Fantastic deck if I do say so myself, but there's more. We have an entire extra deck. To be fair, most of it will be removed by a part of extravagance, but we don't worry about what ifs and ands, we worry about results. We play 1 copy of Avenging Part... What the fuck is your name? We play 1 copy of Avenging Knight Parshath. Once per turn, it can do piercing damage. You can switch monster to defense mode. Fantastic. You use it with the link, which I'll get to later. We play 1 copy of True King of All Calamities on this beautiful, massive, evil dragon. You think Kaiba used dragons? No. We have True King of All Calamities. Technically it's a wand, but we don't worry about specifics and semantics here. Do I even have to explain how powerful this beast is? You literally detach a material or your opponent's monster effects cannot be activated. They cannot attack. They are whatever attribute you say. I choose Divine specifically, but you can choose whatever you want. We play 1 copy of the greatest exceed of all time, number 41, Boguska the Terribly Tired Taper. On this beautiful exceed, you can detach a material, switch all monsters to defense position, completely lock out their effects for up to 3 turns, unless they summon a link monster, which in that case you're kind of fucked, but we don't worry about semantics as I just said. Fantastic exceed. You usually summon it with a combination of Drete and a combination of Hecatrice. I'm pretty sure Drete is the level 4. It's been a long day. For our next exceed, we play 1 copy of number 101 Silent Honor Arc. This exceed monster can just take an opponent's monster in that special summon specifically, it's very important, and then absorb it and protect itself. It's a pretty simple effect, it's been there for 2014, but it's still a useful exceed. Our second to last exceed monster, we have Evil Soul Exciton Knight. It blows up the entire field, I don't know what you want me to say. There's very complex cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! And then there's very simple cards. And Evil Soul Exciton Knight, he's a very simple card. On to the Link monsters. We play a Nightmare package of Nightmare Unicorn, Nightmare Cerberus, and Nightmare Phoenix. It took me a minute, but it's been a while. Each of these Link monsters should be used in every single deck, specifically Unicorn and Cerberus, although Phoenix has its uses. We play 1 copy of Salmon Alan Mirage and 1 copy of Relinquished Anima. Both very, very useful Link monsters. You can easily switch one or the other with a copy of Link Rebo if it's going for a more budget build, but I prefer Anima and Alan Mirage. And for our next Link monster, we have 1 copy of Celestial Night Lord Parshath. This absolute unit of a Link monster can be summoned using any Link monster, specifically Herald of Mirage, like I believe its name is. I was correct. And then using another Valkyrie monster, linking them together, having a pretty small Link monster on the field. It has other effects that are relatively irrelevant, I just like to have it on the field. Speaking of which, we have Herald of the Mirage Lights. It's essentially a Herald of Perfection, though a smaller, wimpier Link monster. Yes, it has an effect in the graveyard that revolves around rituals, but you don't have to use every single effect of a card. Now do we? No, don't we? Alright. For our last 3 Link monsters, we play 1 copy of Topologic Zero Boros. This magnificent, incredible behemoth is the absolute, it's my favorite Link monster. As Siegfried and as Jared just scored, the other guys in there would say, it's beautiful. So, this Link monster's effect is, if you summon anything to a field it controls. You can bench all cards on the field. It gains 200 attack for each one, and it bans itself, of course, but it comes back next turn. Going right on the link zones, the make extra monster zone. If you summon anything there, I can assure you it won't stay for very long. Alright. We play one copy of Boral Sword Dragon. I'm starting to get dehydrated, but we'll get to that later. It can attack twice, it gains attack, it can destroy battle, it can switch mobs to defense mode. It is a unit. I know Zero Boros is a unit, Boral Sword is a unit. Alright, and as the last monster is the Mech Knight Crusadia Evermax. This beast, if it's linked zone, you cannot target it, it can only be attacked, it gains the attack of the monster that battles, and don't you forget, my boy, if it's destroyed or removed, I think it's removed on the field, period. If it's sent to the graveyard. So technically, I'm pretty sure a Kaiju can be used on this monster. That actually has never come up because, you know, I don't really duel these peons anymore. But you can shuffle any card on the field into the deck. So, that is Siegfried von Schroeder's deck profile of Valkyries. If you guys have any constructive criticism, do not put it here. This is the ultimate Valkyrie deck. The ultimate Valkyrie deck. Well, I'm going to go remove this outfit and probably cry a few minutes because it is incredulously hot in here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys later. Bonsoir. I don't know how to say German. Gesundheit. I don't know. Bye.